Aurelien Barrau. He's an astrophysicist specialized in black holes, one of the signatories to that appeal to the French president. Your reaction to the words we just heard from our correspondent, where the outgoing environment minister saying the power of the lobbyists was something that stopped him in his tracks?
Sure. I mean, the situation is really dramatic. I mean, now we have to go beyond words because we are facing a completely unprecedented situation. So this is why I actually initiated this call with my friend, the actress Juliette Binoche, because what is done is very, very, very far from being enough. So we are nearly in front, to some extent, of the end of the world, at least the end of our world. So we really have to do something, and we have to do something right now.
What are your thoughts about the replacement of Nicolas Hulot by François de Rugy?
I mean, we have to wait. Of course, we will see what is done and we will judge afterwards. We cannot say right now if he is or not a good minister. But I'm not very confident because Nicolas Hulot was a very strong person with very strong convictions and he was loved by people. And to some extent, he failed, not because of himself, but because of the environment. So I'm not very confident that things are going to get better. Because the problem is that the president and most of the presidents of the world, maybe all of them, don't understand how dramatic the situation is. So right now, we have to change deeply our ecological policy and not just have some nice words at some nice meetings. This is not enough, and I don't think we are going in the right direction.
Aurelien Barrau, you understand that for people watching outside of France, they see Emmanuel Macron as the guy who organized that One Planet Summit, who goes and lobbies Donald Trump to stay in the Paris climate change agreement. They don't see him as an enemy of environmental causes.
No, I mean, I'm sure he's not an enemy. I'm sure he's trying his best, and I'm sure he's better than Trump. No question about that. But that's not enough. I mean, I think that for Emmanuel Macron and for a lot of other people from his age and his environment, ecology is something cool, something nice, something we have to live with because that's on the right track. But that's not enough. I mean, it should be the priority. In a few years or in a few tens of years, the world will have drastically changed. I mean, we are building a huge desert. Animals are dying and humans are going to die. So it's something very important. I mean, it's not something to deal with like art. I mean, art is important too. Science is important too. But I mean, is the top priority. At this stage, I don't know of any country who really treats ecology as the ranking it should have.
Again, I go back to those words in the appeal that you published in Le Monde. You're calling on the leadership to make, quote, potentially unpopular measures, to enact potentially unpopular measures. Of course, politics is run by politicians, and they don't want to make unpopular measures. Is it down to this choice between growth and saving the planet?
Yes, I mean, I am a physicist, and I know for sure that an infinite exponential growth in a finite world is just impossible. That's elementary mathematics. So what we are doing right now cannot last for a long time. So in physics, what is happening right now is called an instability. And you know, when a system is unstable, it means that it is going to crash. So to some extent, we know that the planet Earth is going to crash. And we know when. I mean, in a few tens of years, not in a few centuries. So something has to be done. And of course, things that have to be done might be unpopular because we have to understand that things we are doing now cannot be done forever. So we have to stop. So maybe some of us, especially in rich countries, will maybe see their life level slightly decrease. But I mean, we are just trying to save the world. So we have to do it. Either we like it or not, that's not the question. That's a question of survival right now. So I don't want, of course, to go back to the Middle Age. Nobody wants. I'm very happy with my computer and with my computing facilities, no question about that. But some things have to be changed. And of course, I let the expert decide exactly what has to be changed. But even if we don't like it, I mean, we want our children to live, right? Everybody agrees with that. If we want our children to live in a normal world with animals, plants, and air to live with, something drastic has to be done. That's the point.
Aurelien Barrau, one of the initiators of that appeal to save the planet that's in the newspaper Le Monde. Many thanks for joining us.